Hello and welcome to the Elite Invite in Leuven, Belgium. My name is Sean Colfer. I'll be with you for this game between Gentle from Belgium and Clapham from London in the UK. Gentle from Ghent. It's a pool game, each team's second game. These two teams both coming off very tight wins in their first game. Gentle beating the home team here, Jet Set 15-13 in their first game, and Clapham defeating Wall City from Berlin in Germany in a very tight 15-14 game earlier on. Clapham, the reigning European champions, in black. We're looking at their D-line here. Reigning European champions, but missing a few players this weekend. It's a slightly younger roster with a few guys trying to step up into bigger roles as we see the first pull come up from Ross Nugent to get us underway. So Gentle with this. Just outside their end zones, we see a zone to stop any pull plays from Clapham. Boomerang over to this near side, Van de Vega. Clapham's shutting everything down downfield. Gentle still on their own end zone line, trying to find some space. Goes up the line. Gentle on this far side, shoot down the line again. It's a very tight angle. And it looks as though that's going to drift out, and Clapham will get the disc further downfield. I wonder whether that ever came back in. It looks as though from the pointing on the field, it does look as though it did come in. Boumalal looking deep, looking for that quick score. Not quite able to keep it inbounds the whole way. Drifts out of bounds, and Clapham will get it on the sideline. So Clapham with the disc on the front of the end zone. Cusses all kind of clear upfield, and they've left the person on this with not much space, but a nice find off the line. And they're moving. It's with Bogan Gary. Bogan Gary, nice grab there from East. With Nugent. 10 meters outside the end zone. Davis, little break to McInerney, and that is a first score for Clapham. That is a first break of the game. First point of the game. And the team from London puts their noses in front. As you see, we hear someone yelling, "Down comes the hammer." Clapham's traditional chant when they get a break. You see Van der Vega here, just gets caught underneath. Davis goes. Van der Vega comes around to try and stop that easy up the line, and McInerney's got loads and loads of space there at the front of the end zone for the goal. A good start for the reigning European champions. They're going to be looking to really exert themselves in this game. They had a tough game against Wall City, as I said. It was 15-14. They were down in that game. There was a few changes at the lead at different points. They were down 13-12 and scored 3 of the last 4 points to win 15-14. It was a very, very, very long point at 13 all. Took 3 timeouts. There was 5 turnovers. Unusual for an open game to see such a long and messy point, but they came out with the win. Coming to this one with a win. Gentle, on the other hand, it was a very tight game with Jet Sets. Jet Set were up at half after getting a break in the first half, but a good second half for the boys from Ghent with 3 breaks. They were able to take that one, and they're going to be hoping they can have a similar comeback here after getting broken on the first point. But Gentle with the disc. They work through that pull play stopping zone again, and Clapham just into a normal match. Seeing several of the same players out here for both teams. Turning down a deep shot onto this near side. Deep shot goes. There is a defender in the vicinity, James Wijaya, who knocks it out of the air. I think it was probably going a little too deep anyway. I'm not sure there was going to be any way to reel that in and stay in bounds, but Wijaya making sure, knocking it away. As you see, as he releases that, there's 2 defenders in the vicinity, so 1 offensive player. Always going to be a tough catch. Even if that is staying in bounds, that would have had to be an incredibly impressive catch to beat 2 people to the disc. So that's 2 turnovers now for the Clapham D-line, 2 turnovers for the Gentle O-line, both of them on deep shots. And Clapham now were able to work their way up slowly last time. This time we just see first pass, go deep, Wijaya again, really showing his ability in the deep space. 2 plays in a row. Hillman, who threw that long shot, far side. Ogden centers it. It's Brooking. Back to Ogden. With Felix Martin on this near side. Brooking kind of running this point here. First year on Clapham, he's really showing what he can do in this early part of this game with a lovely break throw over to Felix Martin. Hillman looking for space in the front. Back with Hillman. To Martin with a really nice inside from the lefty. Ogden trying to look for something. And Brooking back to Martin, and that is another break for the Clapham D-line. Another impressive offensive execution from Clapham. As we hear, down comes the hammer again. That's 2 breaks. 2 points, 2 breaks for the Clapham D-line. Gentle maybe just need to hold back those deep shots a bit, as we see again here. It's good defense at the front of the end zone there, but when Martin turns around, you see Brooking get space, and they're not quite able to get back in on Felix Martin quick enough. With so many bodies in the way, it's kind of tough moving around there. So Clapham back to pull for the third time. 2 breaks already in this game. Not the start the Belgians would have been after. As we see Ross Nugent about to pull. Well, to Van der Vega. Gentle making some good progress now. Turned down a deep shot and instead sent it to the middle of the field. Slightly tense moment for the Gentle offense there, but they worked through it. But they've had to take negative yards here to keep hold of the disc. Clapham putting a lot of pressure on. Backwards again. Van der Vega with a really nice break. The second time of asking, they reel that one in. Clapham doing a really good job of limiting what's going on upfield. You can see these upfield offensive players are marked so tightly here. Down the line again. Finally, Gentle making pressure, and they go for that big shot into the end zone again, and yet again, that has let them down. That's 3 kind of tough, somewhat speculative shots now, and they've all been turnovers. Despite a heroic layout bid. Can't quite get there. And it looks as though taking a sub after that layout bid. On comes DeForce. And it looks as though on that far side as though Conrad Wilson's come on for Clapham. After that injury call. The Gentle player drifting deep here, trying to limit deep shots like we saw at that last point. Instead, breaking the mark. It's with Davis. Davis looking for an option. Finds Wilson, who has a deep shot if he wants it. Instead, just comes to the middle of the field there. To his brother, Magnus Wilson. Conrad Wilson. Clapham moving this quickly here. McInerney on the far side. Back into Conrad Wilson in centre. Conrad Wilson with a shot to his brother again, Magnus Wilson, totally unguarded. You could see Gentle trying to protect the middle of the field there, and couldn't quite cover the threats on the far side. And I'm quite sure I just heard in a Belgian accent a timeout. Gentle need to talk about what's going wrong for them here. You can see the defenders all in the middle of the field. Conrad Wilson sees that, puts it over their heads, and Magnus Wilson completely unguarded. That is a 3-0 lead within the first 10 minutes for Clapham. All those points on D as the teams take a timeout. I'll take a quick timeout here and be back with you very soon.
Yes, he will.
Hello and welcome back to the Elite Invite in Leuven. Clapham, reigning European champions, team from London, against Gentle from Ghent in Belgium. Gentle just down the road for them, whereas Clapham have travelled over. They are missing a fair few players this weekend. There is a wedding with one of the team. Congratulations to James. And Gentle missing their talisman. Toby de Crania, who is over in Canada playing there. Been one of the best offensive players in Europe. Still a very good team with a lot of players who played for Belgium at various different levels. A few players that played on the open team that won EUC last year. Some under 24 players who reached the final there and lost to the USA in a remarkable performance. So it's a strong Gentle team even without Toby. But they are struggling slightly with this Clapham team. They've had 3 turnovers, all of which came on shots to the end zone. A couple of deep ones and then that one hammer in the last point. And they have not been able to get the disc back off Clapham's D-line as a slip there. Gives Clapham a short field with Felix Martin with the disc right in front of the end zone. Nice break of the mark. And that is Harry Ogden on the front corner. And it's 4-0. And the timeout for Gentle to get themselves back into things, to reset their minds, reset their mentality, go out and try and put one on the board. Not seeming to work very well there as we zoom in on the goal scorer, Harry Ogden. GB mixed player this year. Another point for Clapham and another incredibly efficient execution by their D-line, who are doing a really great job of just taking whatever the offense is giving them here. Getting the disc back and just taking whatever they've got. As we see Boumalal comes over, landed a crime. It looks like he tries to go back in to get the disc and just his feet go from underneath him. And then calm and efficient. I believe that's Max Cohen wearing Andy Hillman's shirt. It's definitely not Andy Hillman because that's a right-handed throw. And Harry Ogden on the front corner, easy. Easy stuff for Clapham. Gentle have been really good over the last few years, reached the semi-finals of the EUCF in 2021, reached the quarter-finals, no, the semi-finals, reached the semi-finals last year as well, so a lot of pedigree, a lot of experience. Just need to right the ship here as Clapham pull for the 5th time in this game. It's a shorter pull this time, so Gentle already making up some yards, and they've gone to a vertical structure rather than the horizontal we have been seeing from them so far. Van de Vega brothers at the back here. Again, no options upfield. Everything's marked so tightly. That was a high stall throw. Just bouncing out of the hand there. Just running down that far sideline again. Clapham shutting down threats downfield, kind of leaving the disc. It's the way they play D. An offhand throw this close to this near side here. A nice break throw there from Van de Vega. And Gentle run down the sideline. They are on the board. David Novak catching the disc. Czech players play for 3SB for many years, but now on this Gentle team. And Gentle able to get themselves on the board, stop the rot, and they'll be able to get a D-line out to try and start to chip away at this Clapham lead. So we see it was a nice offhand throw from Van de Vega to other Van de Vega. It's Aaron who's through there. It was Arthur with the offhand to Aaron. Aaron back to Arthur, and then Arthur with the throw in to Novak. So Gentle's D-line out now. So we zoom in on Lando de Crania, the older brother of Toby, runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year in Europe last year, Lando. Very good player in his own right. A big puller, one of the main emotional leaders of that under 2014 that did so well in reaching the final in Nottingham last year. Takes a lot of the bigger matchups for Belgium and will undoubtedly do so again for Gentle here as he gets ready to pull and that D-line gets ready to try and get back into this one. The pull goes up. And we see Clapham's O-line for the first time. McHale fields it, goes to Abrams. McHale continuing that cut. Hillman with the disc. Clapham in this 3-4 setup that sometimes ends up looking like a side stack, but they also try and keep the width on both sides. McHale with the inside. Modiano inside to McHale. And it looks as though there's a call. There is a Gentle player standing totally still, and I would not assume he'd be doing that unless there's a call. A foul or something maybe, but whatever it is, it stays with Mikhail. Dekrania is on Mikhail. Mikhail takes the inside to Hillman. Hillman turns down the around, and Mikhail falls as well. Natural grass this field, so a little slippier than you're going to find on 3G. Modiano with the disc. Breaks to Magnus Wilson. Wilson inside to Modiano, and Modiano just took his eyes off that one, looking for the next throw before he'd had it fully in his grasp. Modiano, usually a D-line player for Clapham, but with the shorter numbers they have on the O-line, due to that wedding I mentioned, has moved over to offense. And here is a chance for Gentle to immediately hit back at the Bullfrogs. Afori with the disc. It's a little far, and that is a big D from Modiano, but he has gone over the top there, and it looks as though there is a foul called that has been accepted. You can see on the replay here, the throw is a little too far, and Modiano goes for it, but it's definitely, there's no way to make the play that he's made there without creating contact. Accepted foul, disc with Gentle. They're just testing to make sure the disc looks okay. Looks like everyone's happy, so it'll stay with Van Bogert, it looks like. Van Bogert looking for a reset. Afori, tightly marked by Andy Hillman. Just about gets it off to Dekrania. Dekrania takes that deep shot. They've turned over on a few of those, but not this one. Great deep shot by Dekrania to his Belgian national team teammate Zwarts. Benjamin Zwarts reels it in. 4-2 to Clapham. But that is a much needed morale boost for the Belgians, getting themselves back into this game somewhat. So after a drop from Clapham, as we see Dekrania sees that space and just flick into it over the top, beautifully placed. No way for anyone other than Zwarts to get that. That is 4-2 to Clapham. The Gentle shirts look very nice, but the pink numbers on the blue background, on the light blue background, not ideal for commentary. This is a long-standing gripe for many commentators. Things that look very fashionable, look great, just difficult to tell what the numbers look like. Clapham on the other hand, black, white numbers, much easier, much easier. But I'll put that complaint aside for now. As we zoom in, I can see the numbers on the shorts. Great stuff. Dekrania pulls. Big pull. Big pull. That's all the way to the back of the end zone. Great pull. And the Belgians are already down there. Gentle already down there. Let's put the D on as Mikhail takes a deep shot. Looking for East. East catches it. Afori trying to take Conrad Wilson, trying to slow down momentum. It's with Felix Martin on the break side, and Martin finds the space to go to Conrad Wilson easily, and a quick, clean hold from Clapham there, thanks to Connor Mikhail's deep shot. Mikhail, generally known as a defensive player over the last 6-7 years playing for Clapham, has shifted to play on the O-line this year. Conrad Wilson, as we see this deep shot, big flick from the lefty. Josh East, it's his second year with Clapham. Really made a mark as an athletic downfield cutter last year. Stays sensible, goes to German national player Felix Martin, who easily finds Conrad Wilson. Played D for GB last year, but has played O for Clapham most of his career there. Good role for him, I think, using that throwing ability, that height and size he clearly has as well. Presenting matchup problems downfield as Ross Nugent gets ready to pull again for Clapham. Looks as though the wind is going in this direction. The pulls from right to left as we're looking at it are certainly much bigger than the ones going the other way. The pull into the end zone again, and Van der Vega has the disc. Near side. Gentle looking to go down the field again, and it's another deep shot that's hanging slightly. That's a great catch. What a fantastic take between two defenders by Wolf Osterling. was thinking as it was flying through the air, it's another slightly ill-advised shot because there's two defenders right in position, but Osterlink says, don't worry about that, I got this one, gets his hands around it. The 20-year-old pulling that one down with aplomb. Gentle, we can see they in the early part of these points they get this moving, they get their momentum going. Van der Voorde with that shot. And Osterlink just rises above Wijaya and Hillman, takes it down. Great read, great catch. And you can see the energy in the Gentle team has definitely changed here. They're feeling a bit more positive, there's a bit more energy on the sideline. They're getting a bit more hyped up. They needed that. Going 4-0 down is a really tough place to start, but they've got a break and they've got themselves back into this one. You see the Clapham players on the sideline. Looks like it's very nice weather over in Leuven. The teams in the Open Division only playing 2 games today. This is the second and final game for these 2 teams today. So it's not too taxing of a schedule. There are only 8 teams there, makes sense. The pull from Vikrale. Another very good pull. Right into the back of the end zone. And Tom Abrams has it just outside the end zone. And it's a zone look from Gentle. Not a zone look, it's just 2 players kind of trying to stop immediate full momentum from Abrams on the first pass. Abrams goes to the far side to McHale. McHale takes that gainer down the sideline to Conrad Wilson. Wilson to East. Back to McHale and then East again. Now Abrams. East, wide open. Clapham looking to open up that space on the break side, which East takes. Abrams to Wilson. Layout bid from De Krajnje, not quite enough to get there. And another clean hold from Clapham. Outside of that one drop from Modiano, Clapham's offense has looked pretty unstoppable here. Gentle not really even getting close to getting a hand on it, as we see Wilson and Abrams just discussing something that maybe didn't work at that point. You see here as the disc moves, there's a force on there, but East is able to get that breakout pretty easily. And once it's there, I mean, Wilson has so much space in front of the end zone. Gentle running hard and trying to cause problems, but they really needed to find a way to dial up that pressure on Clapham, because at the moment Clapham look comfortable. So Nugent with the disc. Looking to pull again for the team from London, who lead 6-3. And outside of a drop, they are pretty much perfect here. Pull, field in the end zone now. Van der Vega just outside the end zone. Hammer over to that far side. Nice find. Van der Vega with disc. Turns down a deep shot. Nice flow for Gentle there, but now Clapham trying to clamp down on the sideline. Comes back. Now we're with Boumalal on this far side, on this near side. Boumalal looks down the sideline but doesn't like the look. He got there, goes instead to Van der Vega in the centre, but there's a call of some kind. It's not immediately clear to me what this discussion is. Boumalal, one of the key handlers on that under-24 team as well. It's Van der Vega with the disc, looking for his brother. Aaron with the disc. Aaron Van der Vega. Arthur jinking around in front, but Boumalal gets the disc instead. Boumalal has a downfield option, doesn't like it. Poached downfield there from Henry Brookings to try and slow things down. Sat up a bit, but good read and a really good spot. Clapham kind of filter upfield to try and take away the space near the disc and maybe get a block as something else hanging in the air, but very, very quick read and Gentle able to convert for 6-4. Gentle struggling slightly to keep the disc moving. Once they get flow going, they look okay, as we see good read from Arthur van der Vega, and van der Vega just over the top as Nugent's come in to try and get involved in that block. And that is a goal for the Belgians. 6-4 now to Clapham. So Novak with his second point of the game there. As I said earlier, Gentle struggling slightly to exert defensive pressure on Clapham. They'll be looking to try and dial it up a little here. As Decrania pulls again. It's now with Andy Hillman in the centre of the end zone. Felix Martin downfield to East. Josh East. Conrad Wilson goes low to make that catch. Downfield shots potentially there, but doesn't take it. Instead with Connor McHale. Just by his own brick mark, or by the attacking brick mark, and McHale goes for an expansive shot into the end zone. Decrania is there to try and make it difficult, but Modiano had a good read on it. He's able to go up and make that catch in the back corner. Looks like the players are just talking a little, maybe a little nick by Decrania on Modiano's heels there. Stopped him from going up. Modiano goes up to secure it, and that is a 7-4 lead for Clapham. Slightly strange throw there. Looked like it was going to drift out, or it was too high. As we see, Decrania doesn't go in there. Modiano had position the whole way. The two players high five afterwards. Clapham offense, they'll be very happy with how this is looking. Missing a lot of O-line players. James Mead, Josh Briggs, Justin Ford, Ollie Gordon's not there. A number of their kind of most well-known, most experienced players not there this weekend. As well as players like Axel Amala, who's played for Clapham before, has come back to the team after winning a gold medal with Deep Space at UK Nationals and EUCF last year. He is back in the Clapham fold. Clapham D-line already with 4 breaks, looking to add to that tally. Nugent pulls again. The team's settled into a bit of a trading battle here over the last 5 points. And Van der Vega with this. It's downfield. Osterlink. Novak. So much space down this near side. Moens. Back to Van der Vega now. Boomalal. And Harry Brooking making that cut for Van der Vega very difficult, but Aaron shooting over the top for his brother. Novak with the disc, wide open. DeForce there. Van der Vega back to DeForce in the centre of the field. DeForce goes around to Boomalal. Boomalal's on the hammer. Aaron Van der Vega fights to get underneath. There's a pick call from the look of things. Gentle working really, really well to get down the field there, but now they are at the end zone. Things have slowed down slightly. Clapham dialing up the pressure. Quite a long gap between Van der Vega and the stack here. He's looking for a break. Nice throw out, but just too far in front of the receiver. It looks as though that's his brother Arthur who can't quite get there. And Nugent will pick this up for the Clapham D-line. Centres to Dan Hillman, who goes wide. Logan Carey is looking for an option inside to Nugent. Snatches it with one hand. Goes to Tyler East. East to Bogan Carey again. Bogan Carey to Brooking, who goes low but can't reel it in. One-handed, can't quite get that with his left hand, Brooking. young player who's in his first year with Clapham. 23-year-old was playing for Bristol last year. He's on the GB Open team as well this year. As Gentle take a timeout to reset their offense and get ready to try and get another hold here. So the team's taking a quick break, so will we. We'll be back with you very shortly. Welcome back to Leuven, as we see Gentle 7-4 down to reigning European champions Clapham. Talk about how to put this offensive point in. They have turned it over with a throw near the end zone, trying to get it to one of their top disc handlers to try and make something happen. And they got it back after a drop on a difficult catch from Clapham, whose D-line is going to be conspiring to try and get it back off the Belgians and put in the point to take half. So we see Andy Hillman there talking his team through something. Lots of pointing, gesticulating. Hillman, one of the architects of this Clapham offense we're seeing at the moment. Been playing with the team for a long time now after moving from Emo. And we're going to have Van der Vega picking it up for Gentle, one of their top players, and one of the main handlers on the Belgian team that won EUC last year. Clapham rookie James Majaya guarding him. Van der Vega to his brother Arthur. Arthur back to Aaron. Aaron looking downfield and he takes that shot. There's plenty of space here for Novak. Novak, easy catch in the end. That is his third point of the half. Van der Vega was looking for something early on. Eventually that deep space opened up and Gentle was struggling with shots to the end zone in the early going of this game. First 3 turnovers they had were all shots to the end zone, but the last few have been going much better. And the team's continuing to trade in the second part of this half as we see just a lovely throw, inside throw, bit of sit. Novak has plenty of space around to it. There's 4 points in a row for Clapham, then 2 in a row for Gentle. And we have been trading since then. This is a point for Clapham to take half. Bullfrogs coming off a tough win earlier. Another fairly diminished team was also at Tom's. Came third there, I believe. So it's been a pretty good start to the season for Clapham, considering they haven't yet had their full squad at any of the tournaments they've played. I'm sure we'll see that later in the year. Mikhail catches the pull and goes to Abrams, who fakes that deep shot. One of the best backhands in Europe. Abrams is a huge weapon, and you can see every time he fakes it, Gentle are shifting to cover it. Magnus Wilson, lefty push pass to Connor Mikhail. Mikhail, aggressive throw to Abrams, and there is a foul call, I think. Look at this throw. There's very little space to put this into with that inside. Afori really close to that. Just a nudge there. Oh, it looks like an injury. An injury as the defender fell, limping slightly. Hopefully that's nothing too bad. So we restart with Abrams on the disc, probably very early in the stall count. On the sideline just outside the end zone. Abrams looking to centre it. Mikhail finds space, but that is just an off-target throw from Abrams. There's no pressure on that one. And Gentle with an opportunity now to make this a tighter game and extend the half. DeCrania on the far side, marked by Mikhail. DeCrania shoots deep, and he's got two receivers there. They've got plenty of space, and there it is. Van Bergert is the one in the end who catches that, but it could have been one or two. There was two receivers on the break side, the disc drifting off onto the break side after that throw, and you can see Wilson and Modiano just not able to catch up to that in time. And there's Van Bergert to catch it ahead of Tahoe, I think, and bring Gentle within one. Not something I would have expected to see after Clapham went 4-0 up here. But 7-6 now, and Gentle, if they can get another break here, could bring it level. You see some discussion on the Clapham sideline, maybe of what's been going wrong, things they can change. Tyler East on the right there, number 19, one of the younger players on this team. Only 19 years old, so an appropriate number. One of the several brother pairings on the Clapham team. He and his older brother Josh East. We've got the Wilsons as well, Conrad and Magnus. We've got the Hillmans, Dan and Andy. Elgin's obviously very well known for having pairs of brothers. DeCrania pulls, his brother Toby is not with us at this tournament. He's in Canada, as I mentioned earlier. As that pull flies out the back of the end zone. Big pull. It looked as though earlier in the half that was the direction where the wind was blowing against, but there must be pretty little wind now because it looks like both sides are being able to pull pretty far. The Van de Vega brothers, I obviously mentioned them as well. A lot of brothers in this game. As Tom Abrams brings the disc to the brick mark. Clapham with some early movement to try and get someone open. It's Magnus Wilson on this near side. As a reset instead, Wilson back to Abrams. Huge distance between Abrams and everyone else, and Abrams shoots deep for Josh East. East watching it all the way in, and that is an absolutely amazing catch at the second time of asking. Seamoons didn't seem to know where it was, timed his swipe with when East extended to catch it, brilliantly knocked it away, but East concentrated and caught it on the second chance. What a great way to finish the half there. As East, as I said earlier, second year with Clapham, played GB Open last year, he's playing on that team again this year. Pulls down the score to bring us to the half. As we see the replay here, Magnus Wilson centres back to Abrams. I mentioned earlier, Abrams, a deadly backhand, pivots around and puts it out in front of East. Looked like it was sitting a bit. Maybe if Seamoons is looking for it, he can get there. Times that beautifully, gets there just ahead of East, but his momentum takes him away. East catches it with the left hand. Well, an exciting moment to end the half. We'll take a quick break while the teams are having a drink and getting ready for the second half. We'll be back with you very, very soon.
Yes, he will.
Hello and welcome back to the Elite Invite in Leuven. As we see, or we continue to see matchups between some of the best teams in Europe. And here is the current EUCS rankings. You see on Clapham's side there, ranked third currently in Europe with that rating, their record of 5-1, the one being a loss in the semi-final at Tom's to, I believe, Mooncatchers. That third place ranking reflective of their standing at the top of European Ultimate. I'm sure once Gentle are able to plug in the games from this weekend, they'll be doing pretty well as well. Had a very tight game against Jet Set, but it was a win. If they can continue chipping into this lead and keeping it close against Clapham, the algorithm does weigh performances, so a loss is not just a loss. If it is a close loss against a very good team, that will help you out somewhat. And if they can keep this close here, that is very close to a perfect pull from De Granio's. We see a 4-y. Bit of frustration just because they've had to run that down so hard. Did a really good job chasing it down there, and it lands mere centimetres out. So Gentle, once they get those algorithm rankings, will probably be in a pretty good position as well. Clapham, pretty commonly referred to as one of the top 3 teams in Europe, I think. Hammer over the top of the zone from Wilson. It's now with Hillman, and Hillman finds Modiano for a nice easy score. Zone. A decent try from Gentle, a nice thought, trying to slow Clapham's momentum down, but Clapham worked through that pretty quickly, found the space, and exploited it well. Modiano just throws that disc back to the centre, and Clapham's D-line is going to get back out on the field. We see Hillman jogging in. The Gentle zone not fully able to set. They were walking behind him, and now Wilson there has space, can see what's going on, and Abrams just wide open in the middle of the field. Pop, pop. In it goes. Hillman doesn't even wait for Modiano to make that cut, really. He just sees the cut and sees De Granio's back. Knows he won't be able to get there in time, and just puts it out there nice and early. As I was saying, Clapham commonly thought of as one of the top 3 teams in Europe. I think Mooncatchers, BFD La Fota, the 2 teams that vied for the Tom's Tourney title, and Clapham, the 3 powerhouse teams in Europe at the moment. All 3 made the semis of EUCF last year. Clapham defeating Mooncatchers handily in the final after Mooncatchers and La Fota had a titanic battle in the semis. Oh, and very tight there from East, getting a run through D on the first pass, but Van de Vega keeps hold of it, and Brumalal with the disc. Taking a lot, but he hasn't got much available. Van de Vega with this now. Nice inside break. Gentle gets some momentum going. And backwards to Van de Vega. After Van de Vega. Far side. Aaron Van de Vega has space, but there's a switch by Clapham. It's with his brother Arthur now. Around the mark to Aaron. Another lovely inside shot. Big bid coming in from East. Can't quite get there. Van der Voorde looking for an option here. Finds Van de Vega. And a pick called downfield. As we see this lovely around break to another really nice inside break. Tyler East accelerating, throwing himself at it. Can't quite get there. A really good bid. Moans, it looked like, concentrating all the way through and bringing it in. So it's in with Aaron Van de Vega. Another inside break to his brother Arthur. And that is a very good hold by Gentle. Vincent Van der Voorde catching it on the break side after 2 really good breaks of the mark. Aaron Van de Vega, inside shot, and Arthur Van de Vega is able to continue that momentum for the score. Arthur and Aaron, both Belgian national team players, both European champions, alongside several other people on this team. Benjamin Zwart was on that side, as was Arthur Fuse. PT Andy Mulinar is on the Gentle roster. It doesn't appear to be there this weekend. One of the more well-known players in Belgian Ultimate history. Lander de Crane, as I said, on that team as well. Holding the disc now. Ready to pull at 9-7. Gentle done a very, very good job getting back into this game. Always tough mentally when you go down 4 breaks as well. The start of the game, 4-0, is not the start anyone needs. But at 9-7, this is more of a contest. They'll still be looking to get a couple of points here. As we see a little bit of wind, not too much. You see that banner flapping in the wind. Not anything that should stop 2 teams of this quality though. It's Abrams to Conrad Wilson on that far side. Breaks that mark nicely, as does East, and now Clapham all the way across the field. Gentle again, struggling to slow down his Clapham momentum. Mikhail, center of the field, inside break to Conrad Wilson. To his brother Magnus. Back to Conrad, just on the doorstep now, looking for something, not much movement in front of him. And a lovely little backhand out in front of Magnus Wilson there. Magnus Wilson with an inside backhand to Mikhail. This Clapham O-line with a relatively unusual number of lefties. Magnus Wilson, Connor, Mikhail and Andy Hillman, all lefties. They really use that to their advantage very well. Those inside lanes, big weapons for them. As you see a replay here, you can see there's not a huge amount in front of Conrad Wilson. This backhand flat across, just in front of his brother. And then Mikhail timing that well for the lefty inside backhand. The only mistakes we've really seen from Clapham so far, 2 drops. There's one from Modiano taking his eye off it. Brooking with a very, very tough catch that he couldn't quite get his left hand around. And that throw away from Tom Abrams just kind of seemed to stick in his hand a little too far, and it was, or a little too long, sorry. It was just a missed throw. But outside of that, Clapham offensively have looked pretty good. Been able to slow down Gentle. Gentle defensively struggling to get sustained pressure on Clapham, really. Their offense has certainly picked up, though, and they're able to use the break side pretty well. The Van der Vega brothers really challenging Clapham's marks well. Nugent pulls again. This one stays in. Boumalal to Aaron Van der Vega. Nothing in front, so we go back to Boumalal. Boumalal, who has been faking furiously in this whole game, but I don't think has thrown one of those yet. Novak. Back to Aaron Van der Vega. Lovely break to Boumalal. There's another fake. It's a call of some sort here. A pick, maybe? Whatever it is, the disc stays where it is. Pretty early on the stall count. There we go, no stall count. And we are back. Good. Handler D from Brooking until he turns his back. Van der Vega able to get behind him and fight for space. The Clapham again, kind of shut off the tap downfield. Gentle just really can't find any yards unless they go back to Van der Vega and get that little break. But here we go, a bit more momentum now for them. Looking for another break, good mark by Martin. Brooking very close on that one there, but Van der Vega unfazed, gets another breakout. Boumalal. Boumalal, a few fakes there. Brooking looking to see if he can get a break, and it comes backwards again to Van der Vega, who throws a break attempt, but it looks like not quite in tune with the receiver. And Clapham with a chance here to get another break. Nugent, far side. Logan Carey. Comes inside to Felix Martin. Martin's looking for an option. A lot of movement in front of him, not many easy options, but Brooking gives him something out of the end zone. Looks like a very late bid. Felix Martin fakes the push pass, doesn't want to throw that. Instead throws the blade around. Blade around there, that was a lovely throw to Charlie Butt. Turned down the push pass, there's me thinking, well, he's going to throw something much more sensible. Nope, inside blade. Charlie Butt, back corner of the end zone. I mean, he had the space to throw it, to be fair. Looked a little frantic on the end zone. That bid coming in from Van der Vega, I think. A very admirable, but I don't think it was ever going to get there. That's not Van der Vega, is it? That lovely blade. Really put that in perfectly. The angle on it is perfect. It's Wolf Osterling who tried the bid. The 20-year-old who had that amazing grab early in the game. And as I was saying, Gentle doing a really good job working themselves back into the game. Clapham stretch out their lead again to 4 points. First time they've had a 4-point lead since they were 4-0 up. And they are 11-7 up and cruising here. So as I said earlier, this is the last game for these two teams today. They're both in Pool A. They have one more pool game tomorrow before they go into the bracket. And a big pull for Clapham. And a good chase means Gentle are just outside their own end zone again. As we see a zone look from Clapham here. But we're out of that and back into match now. You hear the fire calls from the sideline. That means there's a hooker on the disc. Clapham turning their marks around to take away deep cuts. Nice break of the mark there. Slow going again for Gentle, but it seems like they're finding a bit more space here. Novak looked like he had space there, but doesn't go to him. Instead comes to Arthur Van der Vega. Comes all the way around. Boumala. Boumala does take that shot, but that looks like it's going to be drifting too far to me. Andy Hillman making sure, but there was very little chance that either of the players there, Sebastian Moens or Lando De Crani, were ever going to be able to make that catch. Just drifting too far. And it is another turnover for Gentle and Clapham with a real chance to start to take this game away. See Moens and Tyler East discussing there. Bit of bumping downfield maybe. We have Dan Hillman taking this disc up to the end zone line for Clapham. You see the resets positioned very positively up the field. Dan Hillman ignores his brother Andy and instead comes to McInerney, and McInerney moves the disc on. Conrad Wilson now. Big throw out to James Wijaya. Looking for something. McInerney turned down. There's Conrad Wilson. Andy Hillman. Felix Martin in plenty of space. That throw over the top is tempting considering the blade last time, but discretion the better part of valor for him. Instead, goes to Andy Hillman. Andy Hillman throws to his brother Dan, who has enough time to jump it into the end zone. Despite that flying bid at the last minute, Clapham, again, offensively, basically having whatever they want there. Felix might find a huge space there, and you can see Easton Wijaya giving plenty of space, staying out of the action. Dan Hillman there. Novak comes flying in. Can't get in front. Easy score in the end for Dan Hillman. And a 12-7 lead for Clapham, their largest of the game. So Clapham will play Jet Set tomorrow morning. Gentle will play the Germans from Berlin, Wall City. Let's give you an update on the scores elsewhere. Lafota and Mooncatchers, I said the other two top teams in Europe played in the Toms final. That is 8-7 to Lafota at the moment. They've taken half. That is on serve. And the all UK matchup of Chevron Action Flash against Alba, reigning UK national champions. Chevron Action Flash in action. They are 12-8 up on Alba, and Wall City 11-8 up on Jet Set. All the games reasonably close over the course of this weekend so far, as you would expect, with the 8 of the best teams in each division. I'm not going to see many blowouts here, you wouldn't think. Big pull from Conor McHale. And Gentle get us started again inside their own end zone. Some sagging from Clapham to try and stop any early movement, but they are still in match. And that throw looks to be pushing the receiver very close to the sideline. Ogden has called that out. You see a replay here. Looks very close. It very well could be that that is out. That right foot may have come down last, but it looks like they are calling it in. Very close call either way. And that shows that sometimes it doesn't matter at all, because slightly off-target throw off the first pass. Van der Weghe can't get his hand around it. And Clapham had the disc anyway. Nugent fires down the sideline. Ogden to McHale. McHale looking for that lefty inside every time. There it is. Again, I believe that's Cohen. Magnus Wilson back inside. Cohen to Conor McHale. He's looking for something at the front. Doesn't want Nugent there. It's very tight with the defender on his back. Instead throws Scuba over the top. And that is first score in this game, I believe, for Cohen. Number 11 shorts and Andy Hillman's shirt. So definitely someone who does not have a Clapham kit, and Max Cohen, the only person I think that could be. But another point where Clapham get the disc and Gentle just not able to take it off them. McHale able to just take all the yards out of that one. You can see Nugent takes two people in within there, and then the throw over the top to Cohen is wide open in the end. Nice find from McHale. Offensively, with the disc, Clapham have been very, very good in this game. 2 drops and 1 throwaway is a good performance for the men from London, as they go 13-7 up, and they'll be looking to put this game away nice and quickly now, so they can get back to whatever accommodation they're staying in and rest ahead of their final pool game tomorrow. So Conrad Wilson with the disc, one of the captains of this team. Big pull again. Right at the back of the end zone here. Landing in, and the great pull chase means that Clapham are already in the end zone with Gentle. So Abrams on the D-line now against Boomalau. Boomalau has very few options, has to go backwards to Van der Weghe. De Cranja playing on the O-line, crossing over. Big throw goes up, and that is off target. Trying to force something, they can feel the pressure when you're in your own end zone, having to make lots of passes. You're 6 points down already. It's tough not to feel the pressure in that situation. De Cranja tried to get them out with one big gainer, but he's off target, and Clapham now have a chance to take us within 1 of the end of this game. Nugent on the disc. Nugent goes with the big flick of his own. Conrad Wilson's in the end zone. 3 defenders around him. He can't quite reel it in. Looks to me as though De Cranja was the one who got their hand on that. So you see De Cranja on the right of the screen there. Comes in late. Goes up first. And it looks to me he is the one to get a hand on that first. Good defensive play from one of Gentle's leaders. Clapham, who have been so good at just taking what the defense has been giving them. Taking 5, 6, 10 yards at a time. Nugent with the first kind of speculative shot there that doesn't come off. And Gentle will be relieved to get this one back. And in a better position than they had it last time. They're actually at the front of their own end zone this time. Buzz switch there. Another big shot comes up. This time, loads of space. Felix Martin chasing it down, but can't get there in time. And that is jumped in at the end. I think that's Boomalau chasing the play all the way down after the deep shot comes up from, I think it was De Cranja. First one didn't work. It's not De Cranja. It is De Cranja. No, it's not. That's Van der Weghe. It's Van der Weghe. Van der Weghe, usually so reliable at just taking breaks and keeping this moving, but showing there he has plenty more to his game if he needs it. Jumped in by Boomalau. for a very, very needed hold for Gentle. It's a 4-point roll for Clapham. The Belgians stopping that roll. Getting their D-line back on to try and pull themselves back into the game. They did very well early in the game to pull it back to within 2 after some early struggles offensively. But the last point saw Gentle's first real block of the game. Up to now, it's just been Clapham giving them the disc rather than taking it from the Londoners. A relatively short pull, and now McHale with disc on his own brick mark. And McHale off target on that throw to East. Looks like just a miss there. I don't think there was too much else going on with the D. Looked like East had space. The connection doesn't quite work, and Gentle now looking to move it downfield. A Fuse. Strip call, I would guess. Made a sound very like a catch to me. Very clappy. Some discussion about whether he definitely had it in his hands. If they come to us for a point, our microphone definitely sounded like a catch. So, accepted strip. Disc stays with, looks like Zwats. And there's a pick downfield, although I don't think it makes a great deal of difference to that reset, so it will stay where it is. A little bit of a disjointed point now. A couple of calls, slow things down. So, Cotton looking for something, but it's not quite enough angle on that inside. Clapham get that disc back, and it's now with Abrams. Modiano snatching it away, and it's Hillman now to McHale. McHale goes deep, and Modiano seems to be put off slightly by Ofori going in and going to take it early. And it looks like there's some kind of discussion between Ofori and Modiano there. There was a fair amount of contact after that run through D by Modiano. I wonder whether they're talking about that, but Ofori doing a good job there. Looks like he put Modiano off the read, and it's a second turnover in the point for Clapham. First time that we have had that in this game from them. It's a late stall throw. Gentle off to the races now. Ofori up the line. Now with Cotton, and there's another pick here. Clapham looking a little more stretched here. They're having to work hard to shut down this Gentle D-line. Cotton looks a bit late for that dump. Thankfully for him, has wide open player just in front of him. Little pop pass, and then a throw down the line that looked to be an offhand throw. Goes to Van Bogert, and that is another break for Gentle. Their second of the game, and a very, very well-timed one. Their third of the game, a very well-timed one. As we see a little pop pass. I believe that's Fuse. Goes back to Van Bogert. And Gentle extending this game even further. Looked for a minute there like Clapham were going to be able to go within one of the win, as the teams are having some kind of discussion. Modiano and Magnus Wilson talking with Arthur van der Vega from the looks of things. Spirit point perhaps. Unclear if this is a timeout or if this is just a stoppage between points. So I'll just keep chatting, might as well. Gentle talking about how to get back into this one, whereas Clapham now getting back onto the line, getting some O-line players back out there. We see Felix Martin, who's been playing largely D-line up to this point, and both East brothers, along with Conrad Wilson, Connor McHale, Andy Hillman, and Tom Abrams. So Tyler East and Felix Martin, kind of the two players who've been playing mostly D in this game. 5 in the middle, all pretty core offensive players at this point for Clapham. Hillman and McHale playing D for years, but when there is a break, they've been crossing over to play offense, and over the last year or so, they've both played more offense than they have D for Clapham. So pull comes up from Gentle, another big one. Some very good pull, and Abrams fields in the end zone. Hillman with disc in his own end zone. A 4 he poaches, but Hillman ignores that and instead breaks the mark to Conrad Wilson. That clearing cut that Martin's cut back into a staple of the Clapham offense here. It's with Abrams on the sideline. He's looking for a reset. Just behind Hillman, but good concentration from Hillman. And we're back in the center with Abrams. East to East. Josh to Tyler. Tyler with the disc. Centers to Hillman. There's Martin. Turns down the throw to McHale. Instead throws that inside to Andy Hillman. Clapham finding space with these wide cuts. And that's East to Conrad Wilson. Wilson hopping backwards as the disc's in midair, so he can catch it in the end zone. Good hold for Clapham. Gentle made them work for it. There's a few lateral reset passes there. But that is 14-9 to the Bullfrogs. We see Rag there in the blue hat, another one of the Clapham captains in flip-flops, not playing in this game. See Abrams turn that down, marked by DeCrania. Goes to Hillman. Hillman reaches back, great concentration. And then he takes another high one there. Turns down the throw to Wilson, instead goes to East, and East just puts it out in front of Wilson. For him to jump backwards, milk it into the end zone. There's Rag holding, I was thinking for a second he was holding a piece of paper, but no, that's someone else's hat. Not playing in this game. One of the leaders for this team. As the pull comes up, and fielded by Gentle. Boomalal. Inside. Another inside. Could have been 2 players there, but it ends up with Van de Vega. And now Boomalal. Big bid from Nugent. Not quite there though. Van de Vega. High break to his brother. Arthur Van de Vega goes across the field. Good find. There's a call, there was a pick call, but no, it's with Arthur Van de Vega. Fakes the hammer, which didn't end up well last time he threw it. To Aaron Van de Vega. He throws the hammer instead. Good call, good communication. 2 players in position to catch it. Osterling brings it in. Moans in front of him. Could have put him off. But Osterling let him know. I'm in place here. Better positioned, better read on it. Leave it to me. Good hold from Gentle. We're able to keep their momentum going a little more there. Slowed down slightly here, but you can see Van de Vega sees loads of space, and there is no Clapham player in the vicinity when that catch is made. McInerney, the furthest back there, but they're trying to protect the front part of the end zone, trying to stop anything going to the front cone or the front middle. Leaving themselves a little more open at the back. Those throws obviously riskier. We've already seen Gentle turnover on one of them before. This time though, the Belgians able to execute, bring it to 14-10, and Clapham now have 5 chances to win this game. Elsewhere, we have a 15-9 result between Chevron and Alba. Chevron winning that game, and a 15-11 result between Wall City and Jet Set in this pool, which means Wall City with a win and a loss beat Jet Set, lost to Clapham. They play Gentle tomorrow, and Jet Set with 2 losses, having lost to both Gentle and Wall. A foul called by Tom Abrams. Again, Clapham looking for that first movement, but it's not quite what the thrower wants it to be. Abrams turns it down again, and instead goes to Andy Hillman. Now that goes to Josh East, and East with just a drop, got both hands on it, couldn't bring it in. It's Cotton with the disc, looking for something. Goes to DeCrania with that inside break. DeCrania keeps that going across the front of the end zone. Gentle right on the doorstep here, DeCrania. And it goes up, and it's not caught at the first time of asking again. But Swartz brings it in at the second time. We've seen 2 of those in this game now. Just looked like it went through his hands and hit him in the chest. And Swartz with the disc. Goes back to him there. Oh, it's Modiano got a hand on it. But good concentration from the Belgian to bring it in. I didn't see that touch from Modiano at in the real time at the first time of asking, but excellent D from him. But a bit of luck and excellent concentration from Benjamin Zwartz, and they are now at 14-11. Pull a little closer. Every point helps with the algorithm. So the D-line's going to be going out trying to get them back into this. Clapham with their offense sputtering slightly at the end of this game. They were going along so serenely. But the last 5 points is 4-1 to Gentle. Got from 13-7 to 14-11. Andy Hillman bricks that one after a rare pull out of bounds. Pulling in this game has largely been very good. Afori awaits him. Hillman with the disc, looking for an option downfield. Foul called by Afori. He's saying there, as you can see, Hillman slightly drops his left shoulder as Afori basically gives up the force and is just following the disc around to try and get a block. Afori, there's a lot of calls at under 24s, very aggressive, handler mark in particular, but gives that one up, says it didn't make a difference, and it stays with Abrams, who finds McHale. Conrad Wilson finds Felix Martin. The risky shot to the end zone if he wanted it, but instead keeps it moving. It's now with Abrams on the far side. He's looking for something. Finds McHale coming under. He goes to Abrams coming back out of the end zone. He's looking for something again. It goes offhand to McHale. McHale now, East, shaking and baking. Gets plenty of space there. Completely turned his mark around, but not quite in the end zone. Back to McHale. McHale doesn't want that throw to East. Instead, it's with Wilson. Wilson to Felix Martin. Felix Martin to Josh East. Very tight windows to throw into there. Well, there is a call. There is a call. It's Vliega steaming in behind East to try and get a hand on that. There's a call back with Wilson, so it's a few throws ago. Zwartz seemingly saying that there was a move on the pivot. So we come back here. East comes back to McHale, and from there it goes to Wilson. So his left foot down. There might be a slight drag there. You don't often see those get called, though. You don't often see those get called. It's back with Wilson. Mikhail flashes across the front, doesn't get it. Instead, it's Martin in the centre. And there's Wilson getting it back from Martin. Inside throw to seal the deal for Clapham. 15-11 win for the Londoners over Gentle. So we see a replay here. Mikhail clears that space. You see Felix Martin fire back into it. And Wilson just delays for a second and then takes the space he is given by Zwart for that inside throw from Martin. 15-11 win for Clapham. But twice their Gentle worked themselves back into it after pretty difficult periods. Went down 4-0, got themselves back to 7-6. And then they went down 13-7 with another 4-break run for Clapham. And Gentle got themselves back to 14-11. So showing good mental strength. The boys from Ghent, not quite enough to beat the reigning European champions. Clapham take this one, 15-11. They'll go into tomorrow with 2 wins. That is all from me for now, but stick around for more games from the Elite Invite in Leuven. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with you soon.